What's up, everybody? It's your man right here, the one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. One of the original Road Warlords, and as always, but not today. I ain't bringing no knowledge or no science, so, as you guys come in, give me an audio check. Let me know everything's good, and I just, you can chime in if you wish, but, it's just going to be a rant about people wasting time. Audio's good, all right, Mr. Robbins. For the last, I'm for the last 2 weeks, I just been dealing with people that just been wasting my freaking time, and I'm like, what I'm so upset about. That's the one thing I don't get back. I don't get my time back. I don't get my time back. Anything else you can rob me of, and I'm good. I'll get my money back. I'll get my money back and stuff. Speaking of which, EFS, EFS paid. I got my money back and stuff from the money that they stole out of my account. So, um, they actually paid that next week, so I didn't have to wait the 90 days. They just they found the money, they resolved the issue, and that was that. So um, appreciate that. But between it's just I don't know, between this job, this stuff that you got to do, Facebook market. It's just been a compilation of people just been wasting my time, and I'm like, you know, and then they wonder like, why is it you get so upset about that? I don't. Well, when I'm on, when I'm doing my live and stuff, my YouTube stuff, I don't use profanity, but now when I'm upset and the camera and stuff is off, and I have to deal with people on a man to man level, then my language gets a little my language gets a little savage, so to speak. And, it's not a side that I'm proud of, and you know I try for the most part to compose myself as best as possible. All right, Miss Turner, what's going on? So, but it's just some people just, man, they push this level just too far. Like this load I'm on now. I don't like going to Maine when I'm long hours, but here it is. Every single time I get down to this Jersey area, hey, we got this load right here going right back up to Maine, and so I'm like, I don't. I have to turn them down for a series of reasons. Number one, I'm long hours. Two, I have to on this particular load here. There's certain things that you have to do to go pick this load up, and three, it just don't pay enough. So when they called me yesterday, here they go offering me this load. Now, what I was supposed to be doing was going home, right? Supposed to be going to the house, and everybody knew that was the game plan. Go to the house, right? Go home. Checking in from the Lone Star. All right. So, my load councils, right? This is after I get the other two loads delivered. They say, well, okay, they got one picking out of Jersey going down to Greensboro. So all I had to do was just drop that, go to the house. Now I cleaned my truck out um, the week prior, and I left my coat. I left my coat at my house. So I guess it's kind of a strange thing to say now, but yeah, I left the coat at the house. So my plan was to go by the house, pick that up, and then get the rest of the stuff out. And I pretty much got everything organized to what I need out the truck and what stuff I'm keeping in the truck. Didn't happen. So they said, well, the load counts. All right. So I pull over. My weekend pretty much shot. So then she waits till I'm good and parked and stuff, right? Then she messages me, oh, they got another one. They got another one and stuff like that. And by the time I respond, it's too late. So I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, dude, you could have just you could have just told me, hey, listen, the one that you're supposed to pick up, we got another truck on it. Go pick up the latest one, which is what I volunteered for. Give me the latest load that you have because it seems like every load I get is always going to be holding me up, right? And I can't get to this certain place at the time to pick up your freight. So give me the latest one. Nope. So throws my whole week off. So I got to go back up to Maine now with no coat, no kind of winter clothing or whatever. So, um, yeah, no kind of winter clothing and stuff or whatever. So, and some more stuff I did. I didn't wash clothes because I was supposed to buy a washer and dryer. That was the other reason why I was going to the house. This Facebook market thing. I don't know. They just up there to waste your time. Like I'm going back and forth with the people and talking to them. Okay, yeah, they got this wash and dry and stuff. So then I got a message. Hey man, listen, do y'all deliver? Yeah, yeah, we deliver. But they wait so late. They want to respond to you and stuff like that, and then they speak in encryption. So when you finally get a hold of them, one person tells me you got to have an appointment just to go into the place. You're in here selling product, and you're telling me I got to have an appointment just to go in here and purchase stuff from you. So I'm like, man, you know what? Screw it. So then I got to talk to another person, and so we back and forth. We back and forth with all this nonsense, and I'm like, man, look, just answer the question, dude. Just answer the question so I know what I need to do. Are you open on Saturday? Do you deliver on Saturday? What's the cost? You know that sort of thing. Then it's like they telling you everything except what you need to know, wasting time. And so um, anyway, I didn't get to wash and dry. Right, I didn't get to wash and dry and stuff. So now I got to go to the wash and dry. Now I got to go to the laundromat to wash clothes. And so I got to do that a piece at a time. So we fast forward. I'm on this load here that I'm on now, and I got to go to Maine. Right, I got to go to Maine. Long hours. Right, Pete. Oh, y'all got excuse me. It's not that people don't. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. People do bad business, but they do it to themselves. I mean, they do it to themselves, and they don't have to. They don't have to be that way. They don't have to be that way and stuff. I mean, if you're not up to doing something, hey man, listen, I don't want to do it. Okay, fine. So that way we ain't wasting nobody else's time. So this load here, um, I gotta go and get the trailer washed out. I gotta go and get the trailer washed out. So there's only two places I know for certain that can wash the trailer out. Either go up to Kearney's, yeah, go up to Jersey City. Either go up to Jersey City up to the OJ's, or come down here to Bordenstown, right? And so either way, it's an inconvenience because I'm right there where the place is, right there in South Plainsfield. You know, uh, load of boxes. So one of the requirements is you got to have the trailer and stuff washed out. So um, there is this one other place over here, Fuel One off of US One. I'm like, I'm taking a chance going over there. But if this guy can wash this trailer out, then I done saved myself a ton of time. I saved myself a ton of time, a ton of driving. So I say I take a chance. I go over here to this place, and I go to the place and I talk to the guy and stuff. So mind you, it's been raining and stuff like that. So the only thing that they can do is washouts. And he says, yeah, okay, it's either it's either 55, 65, depending on what the trailer look like and stuff. I'm gonna park you over here. I'm gonna park you over here in the corner, and I'm gonna get to you in a minute. So I get over there, I get parked. He go over. A guy gets his truck washed and stuff. I don't understand why, but it's his. He gets his truck washed. And so, I'm sitting there and stuff, right? They got like they got a ton of guys and stuff that's over there. I mean, work is real slow today because of the rain. They got a ton of guys over here. So I'm like, man, after about an hour, I'm like, after about an hour and stuff, man, I mean, I'm like, you know what, screw it. So I pull up out of there, and I'm pulling up out of there and stuff, man. I shot him the middle finger, right? I shot him the middle finger and stuff. And um, so he turned around, he shoot it right back at me. He shoots it right back at me and stuff, man. So I hit the parking brakes. I get out of the truck. What's up? What's good? You know, mind you, with some profanity and stuff that was used, but I mean, that's the thing there. I'm like, I'm just, hey, I'm ready to get it on now. I'm ready to get it on now and stuff. And so, he didn't want to do nothing. So I got in the truck and, I called him the B word. You know, I called him the B word and stuff. And so, I pulled right off and then I had to come down here to Bordenstown. And so, um, the whole thing just set me back. Now, mind you, I also had to wait for the right confirmation to come in today to even go pick the load up. So, you know, some things I probably could have took care of early this morning, but everybody procrastinated. So I'm like, here I am, low on hours, got to go up the main, stuff like that. And that's just, in business, this is the stuff that you deal with. And so it's this guy I watch, and he like, I'm pretty sure y'all watch this TikTok reels and stuff. Older white guy and stuff got a beard, and so everybody's asking him these questions about DOT regulation and stuff like that. And so, he gives you the he gives you what the law and stuff says about rules and regulations or whatever. And so, and I don't know. It was this one reel that I was watching, and it upset me by watching it, cause I'm like, yeah, it's not him, but I know the people that he's referring to because I have to deal with them, and that's the thing that makes me say, like, yeah, that's what kind of makes me want to get my own authority without getting a contract, cause I'm like, I don't have to deal with people like that. And so the question that they asked him was the question that they asked him was the guy was low on hours and he was trying to get to a motel, and he needed to use PC to get to the motel. And so, he answered the question, which was, what safety will tell you is that you need to plan better. You need to plan better. This what they tell you. So I've run into issue. I ran into issues like that in the past where I did stuff, and I'm running. Well, I don't get to a point where I'm low on hours and I just keep on pushing. I just shut down, and then they want an explanation the next day as to what happened. And so I don't have to. I feel like I shouldn't have to give you a rundown because you've seen everything that I seen. You know, if you felt that it was important enough for me to get up the road, then you should have intervened. You should have made the phone calls and made sure that I got the load picked up early. Cause I don't fuss with people anymore. You know, I try to conserve my energy as much as possible. But I mean, being in this industry 20 years, you understand certain things and stuff. And so, like I said, I don't fuss. But the questions do come up the next day. Well, Rooster, why are you late? Rooster, why are you late and stuff? And so, I'll just sit there and not say anything. I'll not let them. I won't say anything and stuff. And then they ask, why am I not saying nothing? I mean, what can I say? That's always my response. What can I say? Cause you seen everything that I seen. You asked me to be there on time. I got there on time. You know, um, the load has to be there at a certain time, and people are acting like, okay, we didn't set these appointments or none of this stuff there. So, hey, do whatever it is that you want to do. But they talk about this planning better stuff, right? And I'm like, okay, as a driver, you're getting up and you're saying, okay, I want everything to go wrong with me today, right? I want everything to go wrong with me today. And on top of that, I'm just driving up the road. I have no hours left, and I'm going to just drive up the road just to be driving up the road. I'm just doing it just to be doing it. So you should have planned better. Okay, you got up in the morning, you got to the place, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. You get out on the highway, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Then you get to the truck stop, they ain't doing what they supposed to do. But you should have planned better. You should have planned better stuff about things that you can't foresee. This is from people who come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and get off at 5. It doesn't matter what time whatever issues that are going on, they come in at the same time, they leave at the same time. But they tell you should have planned better. Like you're out here just doing stuff for, okay, I'm running past my time because I want to be a butthole. You know, Everybody else can work and all they complain about is I can't wait to get off work. And you, the driver, you know, it's the total opposite with the driver. It's like, man, look, if I could squeeze any more time and stuff, I would. you know. And you're not doing it to just be underhanded and trying to cut people's throat or whatever. You're just trying to get to a better place or a better position because, tomorrow, tomorrow it might be the same thing. Despite whatever happened, I got to try to make this time up and stuff in a position where you can't really make time up. So I just said, me, I just quit arguing. I just quit arguing and fussing and stuff. And I say the same thing to drivers, like, look, um, don't argue, don't fuss. Do the best you can. When your time hits zero, get somewhere before your time hits zero. Just shut it down, and then they start asking questions tomorrow and stuff. And I mean, as long as everybody stay on code, the problem will fix itself. Okay, y'all figure it out because if we try, we as drivers try to tell you, y'all don't want to listen. Well, okay, y'all just trying to be sneaky and underhanded. Y'all just trying to run. Your clock is ran out, and you just keep on going. Okay, all right, cool. And so that's where I am in life, man. That's where I am in life and stuff. Even being an own operator, cause I even thought about it a few times. Well, let me just go get, let me go get this W-9 or this Peterbilt. That's a 2000 or younger. A 2000 or older. I need to just go get one of those and stuff and just go back to being on paper. But I'm like, it was the same issue when I was on paper. It was the same issue when I was on paper. Before they gave us electronic logs, I was still getting to places. I still had to run like a scalding dog and stuff. And I was still late getting to, I was still late. I was still late. Got to the place super early, got to the delivery super late. And that was the issue. And I'm like, man, it ain't no point. I mean, you can say that you got the advantage now, right? Until you actually have that advantage. And then when you got it, okay, what you gonna do? You're gonna keep on riding, you're gonna get to the place, and they're still gonna tell you that you're late. They're still gonna tell you that you're late. So you really don't have no advantage whatsoever. So you just do the best you can, and you just do the best you can with the hand that's dealt, and whatever's gonna be is just gonna be. It's no point in arguing because I did everything I was supposed to do. You know, uh, you can go, you can see the same thing that I can see in this electronic log, right? So go ahead, pull it up, see where I was messing around at. It was driving the whole time. When I needed a 30-minute break, I shut down for the 30 minutes. and then the rest of the day I'm just driving. And so I mean, yeah, it's a blow. You know, 11 hours of drive time, and you only got 300. You only covered 300 miles. You only covered 300 miles, 310 miles. You did 11 hours. You know, you was anticipated to knock out five. You was anticipated to knock out five. In fact, it was supposed to be a straight. It was supposed to be a straight run through, but you didn't get but 300 miles under your belt. And you know, that's just the thing. I don't argue, especially like with brokers. I troll brokers now and stuff like, they'll say certain things like, I need to check in. I need to check in, and so that's what I do. I mean, every 2 or 3 minutes, I'm calling the broker and giving them an update. Okay, listen, I'm over here right now and stuff, and so in about another 2 minutes, I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna call you back. And so, of course, they'll put me on the reject list, and they'll call the carrier and start complaining about that. And I'm saying, like, dude, look, I'm only doing what he asked me to do. He asked me for an update, and that's what I'm giving him. I'm giving him an update. You know, I got this tracking app that he wanted me to download, but that ain't good enough. They steady calling you. What's your ETA? Okay, well, I mean, you see where I am, but you're not paying attention to the app. So you want to speak to me? Fine. I'll keep on calling you. You know, but that's just it, man. As far as arguing and whatever and stuff, I mean, yeah, I'll keep the complaints to a minimum. But as far as arguing with people, it's just, hey, man, you're throwing this at me, and you see what my situation is, and yet you still offering me this load. You know, come on, go to Maine. All right, I'm going to Maine. And then I get up to Maine, and then you talk, okay, well, I got this load here, and it's a pretty good load and stuff. And the first thing, hey, man, listen, I ain't got the hours to do it. What happened? Well, hey, I tried to explain it to you, but you didn't want to listen. Tried to explain to you, you didn't want to listen. So now you in a situation where you got this truck, and you counting on this possibility, and then I got to shoot it down, cause I ain't got the hours, you know. And I hate telling people that and stuff, but that's the position that I'm in, cause I'm trying to do stuff from a business standpoint. Look, I know what you're trying to do, and I want to do it, but I just don't have it. And you're gonna try to give it to me and say, well, do the best you can with it. I'm like, nah, I can't. And I'm not saying this to be facetious or whatever. This is just what it is. And you know, it's those things there and stuff. When you think about it, like if I can eliminate that, I probably could do a lot better. I could do a lot better and stuff gross wise, but it's just I run into these issues, and those issues is just with this type of business setting. I can get over here and I can run for these particular guys, and everything is everything, but then they just take you out the zone and say, well, okay, look, grab this one right here, and they just kill your week with cheap stuff. And they seen the cheap freight seem to be the most demanding stuff. That's the other thing I notice about hauling cheap freight. Why you should just stay away from it, cause the cheap freight is always the people that demand the most stuff. Okay, well, they want a super clean trailer. They want your trailer to be super clean. You got to have 8, 9 load locks. You got to have a full tank of reefer. Got to have a full tank of reefer fuel, even though you ain't doing drop and hook. It's live load, live unload, but they want you coming in there with a full tank of reefer fuel, even though the load isn't paying about $300-400. You know, the rates are The rates and stuff, man, are just super cheap, and here it is. They got the most demands and stuff, and I'm sitting there like, dude, you're lucky. You lucky you got somebody to even want to haul this stuff, and you're making all these demands and stuff like you throwing heavy dollars on the table. I mean, but it's something. The other thing about the cheap freight is that you can't say stop hauling it. You can't say stop hauling it, right? Because you can't get everybody to stop hauling it. You can stop hauling it and you can go somewhere else and stuff, but then they gonna get somebody else. Like this whole Miami fiasco, right? This whole Florida fiasco, you know, 20 years. I never seen decent rates going. You can get a decent rate going to Florida, but over time it's not been very decent to go in there, and it's definitely been not decent coming out of there. But you know what you've been seeing out of Florida? A lot of if you want to see some of the best looking trucks, if you want to see some of the best looking equipment, that's where they're coming out of, Florida and Pennsylvania, mainly out of Florida. But I'm saying like that Miami area, I'm not understanding that. I mean, you got guys up here that got newer equipment. You got guys that got newer equipment running e-log. I mean, running paper logs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, yeah, you got your own authority, but you got a fairly newer truck, and you're on paper logs. How do you pull that off? You know, how do you pull that off and stuff? And so I'm saying, like, I mean, it's just, you know, it's they're on something different. This Jersey to Florida and stuff. They always get something out of Florida and it goes to Jersey. And then Jersey they turn right back around. And so, you can't get a good rate out of here going to Florida. And you definitely can't get a good rate out of Florida coming up here. Even if you say, well, yeah, I run New York City, you won't get a good rate. I mean, now Georgia, on the other hand, you get a great rate out of there and stuff. But I mean, you got guys that are dedicated. I mean, run those lanes and stuff. And so, I mean, I'm just saying, once upon a time, they started out basic equipment, and now, they got new trucks, new trailers, and I'm like, man, running this same so-called cheap freight that we ain't supposed to be touching. Okay, well, you see the load, all right, you ain't supposed to touch it, and they running it, and they running it. Um, but it just seen that you just see an influx of people that don't have a problem just running the cheap stuff. And they say, well, why ain't the rates going up, or why ain't the rates doing what they supposed to do? Cause you just got guys. I mean, heck, you even got them in you even got them in teams running it. You know, you got teams running it. Okay, pick up a load here, go to LA for 5 grand. Pick up and go here, run to LA for 5 grand and stuff. And they picking it up and stuff, and they running it. Doesn't matter what you post, they running it. And we're told don't run the cheap stuff. Sean Brown, I'll be John Brown and Sean Brown. But I was gonna do I was gonna do a better live. I was gonna do a better live today and stuff. I had the stuff kind of lined up about some of the people that I was gonna talk about, some of the information that was up there, but I don't know. This right here, it really this thing just really upset me. And so I figured, let me do let me do a trucker brown slash party hard, right? and see and see I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but they do that though, man. I mean, something bothers they go on live and stuff, and I guess it's supposed to be rehabilitating or whatever, you know. But I you know, I guess like with the with the uncensored stuff, of course, I can't I can bring myself to do it. I just choose not to. So hey, shout out to them brothers, man. Yeah, I mean, look, everybody got it. Everybody got a story to tell, man. I mean, everybody got a story to tell and stuff. And I just, it just, today was just one of those days and stuff, man. I mean, it's just, right, really. That's why I don't really go. That's why I don't really go live like that. But I say like I gotta break out of that, cause what they say is that if you do things based upon how you feel, if you feel good doing things, then you really never get stuff done. If you want to, like you go to the gym. I go to the gym because I'm feeling good today. Like you got to go when you ain't feeling good. And so I mean, most of the time I ain't feeling good. Most of the time I ain't feeling good. But I say I need to get this information out here because, I mean, dude, it's getting bad. Dude, it's getting bad, man. Some of this stuff I saved, I'm like, man, I better get back on my I better get back on my square, cause when a person is telling you $190,000 as an own operator is good, yeah. When you got people telling you that you could be a company driver and you can make 2,500 consistently, yeah. I said, man, I better get back on my square, cause I mean, people are believing this. People are believing it, and I'm like, man, how you doing the math? Cause I'm like, like the whole $190,000, right? You got to explain to me how's $190,000 good for an own operator working for these carriers, and you're in a lease program, and the first 135,000 is going to just truck payments and insurance payments. Your overhead. That's not even including fuel. That's not including fuel and stuff. You got a $2,600 you got to pay every week for 52 weeks. That's 135,000. But you're up here telling me $190,000 is good as an own operator? Like, what the heck are you talking about? And yeah, it makes sense to them because there's really nobody there coaching them to let them know, hey man, look, no, that's bad. That's bad, man. I mean, the other thing I got to put out here is that, like my truck, for instance, I'm like, well, okay, this guy that was talking about, it's bad, to be in, I did a video and stuff a couple months back, and some, answering the question, when is a good time to, to open up your own business? And so I say it's always a good time, because if you talk to somebody, mainly an employee and stuff, they'll always tell you, oh man, no, don't do that. Don't, there's a few times where I've said not to get a truck, but I break into the science of saying, well, don't get a truck right now between this time and this time. I never said not to ultimately get a truck. It's just don't get one right now because the way the prices and stuff are. So now the prices and stuff are starting to drop. Around the time I said people need to start, I said hold off to around September, October, And now you're seeing the prices and stuff start to drop. Things are kind of getting back to where you can see these trucks and get it at a cash price and stuff or whatever. Or if you want to finance, it's not something that's ridiculously high. So I've been in those instances there, but it's never to discourage a person to tell you not to do it, right? I've never been in that position there and stuff. I say, well, like my stance on people getting their own authority. I say, get your own authority if you know that you can get a contract, but don't get your own authority just to go run on the spot market. Because what's going to happen, you're going to be one of these guys that make these videos that's telling people, no, getting your own authority ain't worth it. Because when you start asking the questions, okay, all right, what business lanes and stuff are you running? And so it's always this. It's always the same. It's always the same ones. TQL, CH Robinson, um, JB Hunt 360, and Coyote. It's always them four right there that they running for. And I'm like, you look at anybody that runs off that spot market, right? They're always running for those particular four brokers every time. And so, you know, what you're not seeing, everybody used to be advertising for the DAT board. Anybody that had a high subscribe count and was doing trucker content on YouTube, they was up here advertising for DAT board. Hey, use my you know, that board lets you use the DAT board for 30 days free. Everybody was doing it. I ain't gonna call out people specifically, but you know that they were doing it. They were advertising and stuff like that. Some of the guys, they were that board was their biggest sponsor. You don't see that this year now. You saw it all through 2021 and 2020 and 19 and 18 but you ain't seeing it in 2022. You ain't seeing it in 2022 and stuff. So you know, getting your own authority is indeed the end game. But get it with the intention of saying that you're gonna get it with the intention of getting your own contract. Cause I was like, what's the point of getting your own authority if you just gonna haul Landstar loads? If you just pulling loads for Landstar all the time, just go lease on the Landstar. You know, lease on the Landstar. That way you can cut your expenses and stuff down. Cause I don't see what's the point of having all this stuff and then you're just doing stuff for Landstar. And Landstar ain't even giving you the best stuff. So I'm saying, I mean, just go over there full time, and then you can get some. You get some of their best freight. But the end game is to get you a contract. To get your contract, so you don't have to depend on no. There's no middle people. That's you, and then the people that you deal with. That's the end game of getting your own authority. So I never discourage people from getting it. I'm just saying, get that with the intention in mind. If you're just gonna run off the load board, then you're just wasting your time. Because there's better ways of making money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean that's the thing. That's the thing that I don't understand. Like I seen like I said, I seen some people do it, and don't get me wrong. If run it right, but don't let that be your bread and butter. Don't sit there when you start doing the books and Landstar make up 90% of your revenue. There's a problem right there. You might as well just go on back to Landstar. At the end of the I ain't gonna say at the end of the quarter, but I'm saying at the end of the year. At the end of the year, you start doing the books, and here it is: 100% of your revenue came from Landstar. Just lease on Landstar. You know, if if all your revenue is coming from JB Hunt 360, just go lease on to JB Hunt. Just go lease on with JB Hunt and stuff, and Snyder or whatever. Whatever, whoever people that you're hauling for all the time, right? If they got a carrier, then just go lease on with them. You're doing all their freight, and so I mean, that way you can increase your stock and get some of that better freight because what you're not trying to do, you're not trying to establish yourself to where you can get a contract with them because they ain't gonna give you one. They're not gonna give you one. You know, they're just not gonna give you one and stuff. So I mean, it's just man, look, make sure that what you're doing and stuff is trying to get a contract, so you can establish yourself, and then if you got to run a broker load or whatever and stuff, that's just okay. That's a backhaul just to get me back to my head haul. You know, it's an option. It's an option and stuff. I'm on my way back and stuff, and then you just happen to gaze on the load board and you saw something and it was paying pretty good. Okay, go ahead and grab it. Those situations happen. You know, those situations happen. But I'm just saying, I mean, restricting yourself just to the load board because you ain't trying to put up with somebody's crap. I mean, hey man, you in the world of business. You in the world of business, man. I mean, in business, you're gonna be always doing things and stuff that you just don't like to do. You're gonna have to be talking to people that you rather not deal with. But that's just the world of business. That's what we're in. You know, there's people, there's certain sectors of people in the business that really shouldn't even be in the business to start with because they don't have the business mindset. They don't have the business mindset and stuff. They don't understand the true intricacies of how business works. They're just daring stuff, and so they're arguing about things, and so even though you know what the business is, but you got to dumb down your intelligence and get to their level just to get things and stuff going. You know, you know what the business is, but they don't understand what it is, and so you back and forth with them, for 5-10 minutes. You back and forth with them for 5 or 10 minutes and stuff, man. Just to go ahead. Okay, what's the whole purpose of this? You just wasting time. You're wasting my time. But see, you get paid by the hour. You get paid by the hour. I get paid based upon per business transaction. Okay, so I like to go ahead and get things and stuff started and get things finished as quick as possible. And I mean, I try to eliminate as much conversation as possible. Like I get to a place, I want to give you a pickup number and that's it. Everything else I don't want to know about. I don't want to know about all this personal stuff or how you feel about things. You're paid to do a job, you know. You're paid to do a job. So let's not waste any more time. But you get paid by the hour. I get paid based upon the business transaction. So see, you don't understand how business and stuff actually works. You get your paycheck on Friday, right? So that's all you know. That's all you know, and that's okay. But I'm just saying, I mean, hey, the employees need to stay in an employee lane. That's all I'm saying. That's just like children and grown folk. It's like children and grown folk and stuff. What they say about children. Children ought to be seen, not to be heard. Children ought to be seen, not to be heard. That means that, you know, children need to stay in their lane and stuff like that. They don't need to be in grown folk business, having grown folk conversations. You know, let the children go outside and play and stuff. Let the grown folk get over here and start talking about business because the kid comes up. The child comes up and stuff. They don't understand, but they in grown folk business and stuff, and they just repeating what they heard, trying to be grown. Okay, now it's time for you to do some All right, you want to do some grown man stuff? All right, here it is, and they can't do it. That's all that means, mate. Children are to be heard, not to be. Children are to be seen, not to be heard. But that's just that's just in the business sector. Employees are to be seen, not to be heard. No, yeah, it's more with one truck and one trailer. It's more. What's up, Chase and Andrew? I seen you in here earlier. I seen you here earlier. One truck, one trailer. The difficulty comes in. The difficulty comes in is you have to find you have to find the avenues and stuff. You got to find the customers, and if you can find the customer, the only thing you're explaining to them is that there's no need for you. I got the equipment necessary to transport your freight, right? The only thing you have to do is just make sure that you produce product. You don't got to go out here and buy your own truck and your own trailer and hire a driver in the safety department. See, I handled all that. Just make sure that your freight is consistent and your money. Make sure that your freight is consistent and your money is good. But getting a contract, what people think, the first thing they think about is Amazon. They think Amazon is a flex. They think Amazon is a flex. All these corporations or whatever and stuff. These big corporations that go out here and hire own operators and stuff. Okay, these are where you need. These are the places you need to go to. No, you got to think. You got to think if you're a business person, you got one truck, one trailer. There's some business out there that's saying, man, you know what, daggone, I'm making this product. If I could just get somebody to ship, if I could just get somebody to pick this stuff up and deliver it and take it where it got to go, man, I'd be in business. So what the smaller business do, they go to Amazon because Amazon say, oh, we're a one-stop shop for logistics, just like how we go to Walmart, right? We go to Walmart, so we ain't got to go to 100 different places. They got everything there that you need. If you need automotive stuff, if you need hardware, electronics, groceries, it's all in one spot. So what Amazon did, they just took that and flipped that on the business side and say, okay, you're a small business. Don't worry about buying a building. Don't worry about buying a building, like a brick and mortar store, right? We'll be your store because everybody shops online. And so only thing you have to do is just produce the product. We'll come and pick it up. We'll store it in our fulfillment facilities. We got a so-called AI system that understands the algorithms of shopping. So um, we know how to strategically place your product in places so that when they say, well, hey, look, next day delivery, yeah, we can get it there because we know how people think of stuff on shopping based upon our networking, right? And so, we can let you know what stuff if you need to increase your production or if you need to slow things down and stuff like that. We're your one-stop shop, so you ain't got to buy all this stuff no more, and you ain't got to worry about looking for somebody to pick the loads and stuff up. So, as a small business, we got out of the business of asserting ourselves through communication. Communication is bad now. You notice that people don't want to interact face to face no more because they feel like, man, it's a waste of time to do it. And it's actually a fact if you look at it. If you look at it and stuff, I mean, people are just trying to find ways to where we don't have to communicate. Okay, well, you talk to an automated system now to get your bills and stuff paid because if someone that's a person talking to another person, you're trying to get an understanding about something, and a person's demeanor may come off. The person's demeanor may come off. Um, it may come off at a way and stuff where it may be disrespectful. And so, you a person, you're a man or a woman, and you're demanding respect, and then somebody disrespect you. So now you're on whoever you communicating yourself with, now you back and forth and business is not being taken care of. So the corporations understand this. The corporations understand this and stuff. And so, they remove the whole communication apparatus now and saying, okay, well, hey, you can deal with something that can do things and stuff directly. Like you go in stores, it used to be you had to find somebody. You got to find somebody and stuff to do a price check and all that other stuff there. And so those things was done on purpose for the sake of setting up apparatuses inside of businesses and say, well, what's better, going to this checkout lane or going to self checkout? You got self checkout and stuff. You got everybody got what? They got 10, maybe 20 some lanes and stuff. Everybody goes in there and stuff, and you just scanning, you scanning your own stuff, right? The person used to scan it, and then something happens and they got to type the stuff in or they got to wait. And so now you frustrated, right? So now you're doing it yourself, right? You're doing it yourself, so you ain't gonna get upset with yourself. And you bag your own stuff, put it in there, pay for it, and then you're done. Nobody has to know anything. Ain't nobody, you know, you can keep your stuff private, so to speak. So they removed the whole purpose of communication and stuff. And in business, it's the same way. It's just what we got to do. If you got a one truck, one trailer operation, you just got to assert yourself and go back to the basics and say, well, hey, man, listen, you need a transportation guy, I'm here. You ain't got to call. You ain't got to call 50 million people and stuff like that. I'm coming to you and I'm asserting myself to you and saying, hey, look, all right, let's sit down. Let's sit down and let's not waste time now. Let's not waste time. Let's talk about the business at hand and get things and stuff going. You producing freight. You producing freight. I can get this freight transported for you. And I know that you're going to also need materials and stuff, right, to make certain products. So if I can find out what places and stuff that you order your stuff from, I can also pick it up and bring it back there. And so, we accommodate and consolidate. So if you set something up, if you set something up that way and you're dependable, then they're not going to be thinking about going to other places. It doesn't matter what kind of price they come up with. It doesn't matter what kind of price they come up with because you cannot be quality. You can't be quality. Doesn't matter how much quantity you have. You can't be quality. Some people try to go over there and say, "Well, yeah, let me try out this quantity thing, right?" And things don't work out for them and stuff. And it's like, well, I want to break away from it, but I can't. I'm stuck now, you know. And meanwhile, their business is going under because they want to go with the quantity, and it might take 30 or 40 trucks just to make one good truck, one good driver, one good person about business. You see, and so that's all it is. Is that you communicating and it's about business all the time. Okay, hey, you calling me? It's a business transaction, but we just stepped away from it. We want to go over here and start. We want to start lollygagging and start talking about other things that aren't even concerning business. And so at the end of the day, what happened? Everybody time got wasted. I done stayed on the phone for 20 or 30 minutes talking about everything except business. And now here I am. I got to go over here and find another place and try to talk business with them. And you saying, well, daggone, man, if I could just find one person that's about the business, one person that's about the business. And so, people grow frustrated, man, when they sitting there and they trying to get their thing on and popping. And it's like every person that you talking to, man, they just beating around the bush. So, if you're a one truck, one trailer operation, man, you got to be about that business. Okay, look, hey, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be right here. And this is what I'm going to offer you. So let me know how you want things and stuff done. You know, so I'm not wasting your time because that's what people seem to be. That's everybody's saying favorite pastime. They want to be wasting your time with stuff. You know, I'm reaching out to you. And prime example, Facebook Market, right? You know, and like I said, shout out to you, Chase and Andrew. I understand exactly where you coming from because, all right, you reaching, they selling the truck, right? They're selling the truck, and you trying to inquire about you about purchasing said vehicle, right? And now, all right, they don't respond, right? You sent them a message through Messenger. So they heard the thing go off. Is it available? Okay, all right. Right when I get on the ball and stuff, man, either the phone overheats or either my phone overheating or I start getting phone calls. So I see I went from one thing and then turned it into something else. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and eat. I'm gonna go ahead and in the live feed there and stuff, and we're gonna go more into that. Oh, you know what? Let me get this out. Let me get this out. Well, I was talking about the Facebook market thing, right? Let me get that on out there, and then I'll go ahead and end it. People, that's why I was saying people will waste your time, right? They post something up, they say, "Yeah, I'm selling it." You message them, and then they don't message you back. They don't message you back, and then when you do message them back, okay, the conversation needs to go a little bit more deeper than just me typing some stuff, because I want to know some history, which means that it's going to involve us having to communicate, right? So, you know, hey, give me the numbers, hey, here's my number stuff, or give me your number so I can reach out to you and find out what's okay. Well, I'm a little busy, right? But you're selling a product. You're selling a product on Facebook Market, right? So you know that people are going to be reaching out to you and inquiring about the thing that you're selling. They want to know some history, some background and stuff. And then some people, hey, like myself, I bought stuff off Facebook Market, sight unseen. Just, hey man, listen, how fast can I get this money to you, right? And I'll worry about all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, uh, man, money, man, I don't know how to, I don't know, man. I mean, you're selling it, right? I'm giving you your asking price. I'm not even going to try to beat you down. You asking this price, I'm gonna give you this price. Man, well, shoot, I don't. Are you selling the product or not? Are you selling? Well, give me an hour and let me try to figure some things out and stuff. See that stuff right there. Wasting your freaking time, man. Why even if you're not ready to sell it, right? Don't post it up because people, these guys up here they get aggravated at the fact that people are messaging them about a product that they're selling. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like they're getting upset over the fact that people are reaching out to them and want to take this product off their hands. If you didn't want to sell it, then don't post it, and all the messaging stuff will go away. No. So then, after talking to some of them, and stuff, and then you know they beat around the bush so much, and then you go back up there and they done sold it. Like if you was already had somebody that was gonna purchase it, that's all you had to say, man. Look, I got somebody here that's about to buy it, right? Why go through the whole issue? Why go through this whole thing of wasting time and stuff like that, and then I go back up here 5, 10 minutes later and you sold it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, okay, I need an SUV, right? I was gonna get me a cash SUV, and just pay cash for the stuff and fix it up, and I can have something on standby at the house because I need something. I need something there, right? I need something there. I got a pickup truck, but I need an SUV too. And so I'm up here trying to look for SUVs, and so I mean I'm talking to people, and then I reach out to them. I talk to them like the guy yesterday, right? I'm well the day before I'm messaging the person and it's his wife. So I'm messaging her and we're going back and forth. And so finally she gives me the number to her husband. I'm saying, all right, cool. So I talked to the husband yesterday. I talked to the husband yesterday. He said what he want for his vehicle and stuff. I said, okay, fine. Look, all right, I'm gonna go and pay you right now. I'm gonna pay you now and then I'll come get the vehicle. I'll get the vehicle moved sometime this weekend. I'll get a tow guy to come out there and take it to the shop, right? I'm gonna go and pay you now. So because I really want the vehicle. And he tells me okay and stuff. I say, look, all right, so I'm about to wire him the money. I'm wiring him the money and stuff. This is after me and him talked on the phone for 20 minutes. We on the phone for 20 minutes and stuff, man. Explaining everything about what's going on with the vehicles. All right, cool. You know what? Yeah, I'll go and take a chance on it. I mean, you know, he asking for a small amount and stuff like that. It's all right, cool. So we set everything. We supposed to be setting everything up. The guy messages me. The guy messages me 10 minutes later, talk about, man, hey, listen, I'ma just wait till the weekend when you come in and stuff because it's a lot of scams going on. It's a lot of scams going on. You wasted my time for 20 minutes after me explaining I'm telling you who I am. I'm telling you who I am. I can't scam you because it's Facebook Market. You could go right on my page and stuff, and you can see all my stuff up there. You know, you can see all my stuff out there. You know who you talking to. You got my phone number, and I'm trying to send you money, and you feel that after 20 minutes of talking, you say you feel as though it's a scam and I should just wait until I get in town. Then it was another guy, right? Then it was another guy and stuff, right? This guy he's selling a I wanted a Tahoe, right? But the guy was selling an Escalade. I'm saying, it's practically the same vehicle. It's just, one's a Chevrolet and the other was a Cadillac. He's selling an '05 Escalade, right? I said, okay, well, you know what? So the dude messages me and he says, do you understand now? All right, he tells me, he says, look, I got some guys that's looking at it and stuff like that. I said, all right, cool. I said, if you don't sell it, I say, hey man, listen, if you don't sell it, hit me back. You know what the guy does? Hits me back. He hits me back and stuff. He said, hey, it's still available. I said, all right, cool. So then he starts messaging me and stuff about, I'm like, dude, look. Now he started messaging me, hey man, you understand it's a 2005, right? I said, man, look, okay, I know it's a 2005. I'm not expecting to get there and see it's a 2020. It's a '05. I know the interior is gonna be kind of messed up and there. I said the outside looks, the outside looks good. I can work with the inside. I mean, I got people that can fix seats and stuff like that. Like, hey man, look, let's just get this thing on and pop it, right? Let's get it on and pop it. So, same thing. I said, all right, man, well, this is the agreed upon rate and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and pay you. I'm gonna go ahead and pay you and stuff, and I'll get somebody there. This was on Sunday, right? So I'm talking to this guy so good, like, man, yeah, this thing is nipped in the bud. So I'm already calling my tow man and stuff and tell him, hey, look, hey, be ready Monday to get over here to the when you come into the shop, go over there and pick my vehicle up, take it to the shop, and fix this right here for me. And so like I said, I mean, I got my point man, everything on. I got my point man ready, stuff like that. I'm ready to pay this dude. Same situation. It comes to payment, and now he's scared of the money. He, well, I don't know how to. I don't know what this money is and stuff, man. I'm kind of scared of it. I mean, it's kind of questionable, don't you think? I mean, dude, it's you're asking for this price right here, and I'm giving you the money. So it wouldn't have mattered whether I showed up in person or if we're doing this transaction online. This is what you're selling, right? This is the price you're asking for. I'm sending you the money to finish the car, to finish the transaction, and he gets scared. So he's so frightened. This guy talking about, man, hey, look, let me reach you back in an hour. And then after an hour, oh, the vehicle sold. The vehicle sold. But I mean, sometimes things work in mysterious ways, right? Because that same vehicle went back up for sale 3 days later. And then the guy that's selling it now, he wants more money for it, but he got better pictures. And so when I looked at the inside of it, I said, "Woo, buddy!" I said, "Man, shoot, I dodged the bullet on that one, man. Cause good gracious, boy, that thing was, ugh, you know." Sometimes I just call it divine intervention, and then sometimes it's just, man, it's a waste of time. Like, dude, if you don't want to sell it, right? If you don't want to sell it, don't post it. And then won't nobody bug you about it. Oh well, hey, if the ad is still up, that means it's still available. Daggone. So what? You gotta ask, man. Hey, look, is it still available? Because some people is just, oh no, it ain't, or they don't respond and all the other stuff. Man, if you send anything other than is it still available, then I ain't gonna respond. Serious inquiries only. Okay, so yeah, I'm a serious inquirer. I got money in hand. I got money in hand. I'm trying to see what you trying to do. Where is it at? Is it gonna be is it gonna be a problem if I send some focus stuff after it, right? That sort of thing. That serious inquirers only. So okay, yeah, I'm a serious inquirer. Then you get over there, man. I don't know what to do. Like this conversation is scary. You know, it's. But that's what I'm saying about people wasting your freaking time, man. If you don't want to sell it, don't sell it. You know what I'm saying? That's that whole Facebook market thing and stuff, man. So like guys up there selling trucks and stuff. Hey, just be prepared to be let down 99% of the time. Yeah, I'm posting up a truck. I'm posting up a truck and stuff. Yeah, the truck is selling at a good price. Hey man, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it sight unseen. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's I got a lot of things going on right now, and I'm just saying. I mean, we business. This is business. And I'm assuming you selling in the stuff right to get it off your hands and to take the money and probably do something else with it, right? Serious inquiries only. I got cash in hand. I got cash in hand. How do you want it? Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this money thing is this money thing. I don't know. Do you think that maybe some people are watching, or is this some kind of scam or what? Like, what the heck are you talking about? This ain't this ain't Craigslist. This ain't Craigslist. It's Facebook Market. That means that everything you do has a trail and stuff. That's why it's a lot better. At least I thought that's what. At least I thought that's what I was dealing with. I said, man, yeah, this Facebook Market, man, way better than Craigslist. I'm like, shoot, Craigslist, man. I'm like, Craigslist. Yeah, I can see everybody having some reserve and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there and somebody gonna crack me across my head and steal my money. Like. I mean, 'cause when I bought my car and stuff off Craigslist, I had to get some people on standby. Like, hey, man, listen, if you don't hear from me after 2 hours, call the police. This where I'm going to. This where I'm at, man. If you don't hear from me after 2 hours, stuff, man, call the police, cause they got me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got kidnapped and you know I'm kidnapped and stuff, and probably somebody's basement and stuff about to be tortured. But I'm saying, the whole Facebook market thing was supposed to eliminate all that. But nope. They get up there and they just waste your time up there just as worse as they do on Craigslist. Like I mean, I don't know, man. People just scared of money. Like they put something up there and then, oh yeah, you actually got the cash. Of course I do. Of course I do and stuff. I mean, you selling it, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to do. I didn't think I was going to get so many inquiries. Yeah, man, that's what it is. It's a marketplace and stuff, man. But it's like I don't know. It's just sometimes I guess we got to go back and leave it to the professionals. But in any case, man, yeah, I want to go and get that out and stuff. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll talk about the real case at hand about um because I got some interesting people and stuff I need to talk about. Show you some real footage and stuff like that. And we also gonna talk about Keisha. We're gonna talk about Keisha Williams. Keisha Williams. Like y'all probably wondering who is Keisha Williams? Who is Keisha Williams? We gotta talk about Keisha Williams. We definitely got to talk about Keisha Williams because I don't want people to become Keisha Williams. We don't need no Keisha Williams and stuff out here. So it's like, who is Keisha Williams? Who is Keisha Williams and what's she got to do with trucking? Well, I mean, we're gonna talk about that and stuff on the next live feed. So get your pencils and papers ready. We're gonna be taking down some real heavy information. I'm also gonna be talking about, my truck and stuff like that, the type of miles and stuff that I have on it. Like I said, I got 5 years of receipts on it. I got 5 years of receipts on this stuff, and so we're gonna compare the notes and show you, you know, what the real deal is and stuff, as opposed to some of the things that you're gonna be facing. And then we'll see, okay, does it make sense logically? Does it make sense logically? So, again, Keisha Williams is gonna be on the chopping block. Couple other reels and stuff I'm gonna show, and then give some breakdowns and stuff as to why that information just isn't factual, why it isn't logical, and the people that do it, you wonder why you're leasing and losing. So, again, it's gonna be loaded down with information. So get your pencils and get your pen, pencils, and paper ready to take down this very, very good information, this very good science. We're gonna have breakdowns, uh, math figures, math figures and stuff, so get your calculators and stuff ready, because I'm gonna definitely be on point on this one. So you don't want to miss it. That's gonna be the next live and stuff that I do. And with that, I'll go ahead and end on that note. I appreciate y'all giving the chance and stuff to get some stuff off my chest. Let me rant. I feel a lot better. I'm sorry about the interruption and stuff earlier, but you know, in any case and stuff, man, I'm in a real cool and collective mood now and stuff. I'm ready to rock. So, um, information tomorrow and stuff, man. I ain't gonna say well. I'm shooting for tomorrow, but it will definitely be the next live feed. So, be in the place, ready to take down this great, great information that I'm going to be dropping. And um, yeah, so with that being said, this your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue to do your own research, fact finding studies, harness on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, peace out.